Well, we're back right here on Hala Kuwait, and I hope everyone out there is enjoying their evening. Right now we have with us Dr. Hend Qaderi, and Dr. Hend is a researcher at Dasman Diabetes Institute and lecturer at Harvard School of Dental Medicine. Good evening, Dr. Hend.
Good evening, Tariq, and thank you for having me today.
Welcome to our program. It's a pleasure to have you with us, and congratulations on winning a very prestigious award. Can you tell our audience about the Loreal award that you recently received for Women in Science? And once again, congratulations from myself and the whole staff on this very prestigious award.
Thank you. So this award, Loreal UNESCO, is a prize that is given to women in science in STEM field. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So I was privileged to receive this award, and I was also more honored to be the only Kuwaiti woman that received this award in 2021.
And Dr. Hend, we're taking a look at some of the footage there, video of this prestigious award. Tell us a little bit about this moment when they called you up to stage.
Yeah, so I was thrilled to be again representing Kuwait in this ceremony. The Minister of Technology in United Arab Emirates, Muna Al-Amiri, Sarah Al-Amiri was there. She handed me the award, and also the CEO of Loreal Foundation was there. We had a great time with the people there. We discussed the research opportunities with Loreal, and they actually told us how was like the criteria of evaluating the research was so rigorous. So they told us, for example, that hundreds of thousands of applications was submitted there, and they had to evaluate all of the research, and I was one of the research proposals that was selected and won this award. So
well, we're very proud of you, Dr. Hend. You deserve only the best in everything, and maybe you could tell our audience a little bit about what this award means to you.
Other than the financial support that I'm able now to conduct my research and run my analysis in the lab and move forward with my research, it's also a big recognition. Again, I was honored to represent Kuwait, whether in Dubai, in the Expo Dubai ceremony that we just watched, and also at Harvard. I'll be also honored at Harvard with another event, hopefully next week. So every time when I hear the word Kuwait, like Hend Qaderi from Kuwait, it gives me more encouragement to move forward and do more in this area. So this award, you want me to talk a little bit about the research? Okay.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about the research that's been going on, that you've been doing, and a little bit about your collaboration with Dasman Diabetes Institute also.
Yeah. So this research that I'm working on right now is about looking at oral biomarkers in saliva to determine the immune response in COVID patients. So as we all know that in COVID-19, some people get the virus and they have very mild symptoms and they recover quickly.
Yes.
Some people get severe symptoms.
Takes longer.
Some people had to go to the hospital and receive some medical care, get the ventilator, and some people go to the ICU, some people pass away. So we know that all of this depends on the immune response. We also know that coronavirus enter the body through the oral cavity or the nose, and there are some immune cells in the oral cavity. There are also bacterial composition in the oral cavity, and all of these things can determine the immune response. So we want to study the immune response in the oral cavity and compare it between people who have mild symptoms to severe symptoms. So in the future, if we determine these biomarkers in the oral cavity in saliva, we can come up with treatment and prevention to strengthen the immune response in the oral cavity before the virus enters to the lung and causes damage that we're seeing in some patients. So we believe that there are some reaction going on in the mouth, and if we understand this reaction, we can come up with this prevention and treatment strategies for COVID-19 and other viruses as
Tell
well.
us, how is the research going, and where are you at now with that?
Yeah, so we collected the data from hospitals in Kuwait, from patients with COVID-19, and actually I would like to thank Dasman Diabetes Institute for that, because they provided tremendous amount of the support. Like I work there, of course, this is not something new to Dasman. Even before COVID, I was working with another research, and
yeah, a lot of amazing research taking place at DDI.
Yeah, and like we have amazing labs, technologies, lab technicians.
Good team there.
Yeah, perfect team. So we were able to collect the samples, saliva samples, blood samples. We interviewed the patient to ask them about medical history. We have really good quality data for our research. We were able to conduct the research in very short amount of time, especially with COVID. We know that this is like something very sensitive at that time, in the midst of the pandemic. To go to the hospital and meet with COVID patients wasn't easy. Yeah, but with the support and the help of the team at DDI and the Ministry of Health, we were able to successfully execute the research and collect the data. Now we transferred the data, the samples and the data to another lab in the United States, because you know, with COVID-19 it was difficult to, because it's highly contagious, so it was difficult to conduct the lab test in DDI. So we have another lab, and we have also different technologies in the United States. So I believe this collaboration will strengthen the research. We have people at DDI working with us, so people at Harvard, immunologists, virologists.
It's good to collaborate. Hopefully good outcomes will always come from that.
In any research, you need to collaborate. So the research will become strong and more effective.
Dr. Hend, also you are a professor at Harvard University. Tell us about your work with them. You're really very accomplished in many different ways. So tell us about your work at Harvard, please.
Yeah, thank you. So I did my PhD at Harvard, and at that time, I took this opportunity to volunteer and build good relationship with the professors and the researchers there. So, you know, sometimes, like in any PhD program, you can just do the requirement and you can graduate. But for me, I didn't satisfy with that only. I wanted to do more. So I was working after hours, on weekends. I volunteered with many research projects, and when I graduated, actually I was offered to have this position.
Amazing.
To lecture at Harvard. And this was a great opportunity. So I can learn, grow, and I can transfer my knowledge from experts at Harvard to my colleagues in Kuwait. So I'm doing this now, and again, collaboration is great, make the research stronger, and we are able to produce more publications, more good results, and to improve the science and research in our country.
Well, Dr. Hend, you're a role model for a lot of the young ladies who may be watching right now. So do you have any words of encouragement for the young women who may be watching tonight and would like to get involved in science and research? What would you like to say to them, please?
Thank you. Actually, this gives me more motivation, and I feel like determined and a huge amount of responsibility on my shoulder. Actually, after the announcement of receiving this award, I received many messages and emails from young ladies who are interested in research and passionate to learn more about research. And my advice to them is that first, you have to work hard. Some of them mention about some of the stereotypes about women, but again, I tell them that you still can break this stereotype. You can work hard and prove to everyone that even if you are a woman, if you have children, you still can prove that you can build a successful and productive career. So I know maybe most of the people know this. I was denied from a postgrad opportunity in Kuwait once because I was a woman and have children, but I didn't give up. I worked hard. I built my CV. I applied to Harvard. I was accepted at Harvard. I worked even harder at Harvard to catch up with the competition there. It was harder. Yeah. And I not only graduated with PhD, I even offered a position at Harvard. So I tell everyone, women or men, that if you want to be successful, you have to work hard. You have to, like, even if there are some challenges, that's okay.
Some obstacles, just go through it.
Yeah, learn from the failures, that's okay, and move on. So
very well said, message. Dr. Hend, and it was a pleasure to have you on our program. I know you're very busy with a lot of commitments, and we appreciate you taking some time to be with us this evening right here on Hala Kuwait. Any last words for the audience who may be watching this evening?
I would like to thank everyone for the kind words and for congratulating me on social media. People who I don't know, they just text me and send me gifts and kind words. And again, this gives me more responsibility to do more and achieve more and move up the ladder and accomplish more and represent Kuwait in any event in the future.
Well, you deserve all the best, and we wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors. And once again, congratulations on the prestigious award that you won. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. We'd like to thank our distinguished guest, Dr. Hend Qaderi, researcher at Desman Diabetes Institute and lecturer at Harvard School of Dental Medicine, for her time, wishing her all the best of luck in her future endeavors.